War, or rather our interest in it, never changes. While the days of a constant barrage of war movies has died down a bit, humanity will always have an interest in it. It is the perfect venue for tales of bravery and sacrifice, accented by the horrific suffering happening to everyone involved and caught in the middle. While anime doesn't always have the same interest in telling war story, it is a useful venue for particular plots. So if you are looking to, as a certain Metal Gear Solid villain would say, give war a chance, these are the best examples you can find in anime. Zipping. When some members of the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, the JDS Mirai, are mysteriously transported back in time to 1942. This epic military sci-fi series explores the impact of examining ships that were part of Imperial Japanese Navy, and deciding whether changing the course of history is worth it. The anime is filled with technology, military knowledge, and ethics shoved into the crucible of thrown back into a difficult time. The crew of the Mirai must navigate a moral maze as they avoid detection by allies and enemies. There are disputes between the commanders, where one is inclined towards helping the effort against fascism, and the other contemplates any sort of intervention and tampering despite the suffering he witnesses. Zipping has gorgeous animation and intricate plotting that brings to stunning life. 9. Anglema. There are a lot of series inspired by actual wars that Japan has been involved in, and Anglema is one of them. It is inspired by the attempted invasion of the Mongols, and this series actually focuses on those defending their island as a first line of defense for the Japanese mainland. While not quite as grand in scale as other wars on this list, the skirmish battles of the series are actually probably preferable to larger battles where you can't tell what is happening. While the CGI of the skirmishes are meh, the tactics that go into preparing are quite nice. 8. Samurai Kings. Oh, Sengoku Basara. You are truly based on the favorite historical period of all weebs. The Sengoku era when Japan was embroiled in nationwide war before eventually being united under one ruler. And this series tells some of those tales. Of course, they are told in the way of the Dynasty Warriors video game where everyone was super flashy and flamboyant. It's not realistic at all, but it is inspired by actual events, and damn, if it isn't fun as hell to watch anyway. 7. Joker Game. As far as World War II animes go, none are as entertaining and exciting as spy thrillers. Joker Game follows the tale of newly recruited intelligence officers at the D Agency during the 1930s, an era that led to the most important time in history. Right from their training under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Yuuki to honing skills like language and communication. The series gives us a full-fledged glimpse into the lives of the 8 officers, the rigorous program, and measures taken to hide a certain past. The story also chronicles the experiences of these recruits as they tackle spy tasks designed solely to make them stronger, build resilience and observation skills, and remain detached from any emotions. With its smoky atmosphere, Joker Game penetrates into the minds of the audience as a series filled with covert operations and the dark time of 6. Kingdom. China, like Japan, had a history where the then nation-states fought each other's. While there are some adaptations that focus on this, Kingdom chooses to focus on a fictional version of this in order to do basically what they want without being confined within history. So while it feels a lot like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it is not. 5. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Much like the Gundam series, Legend of the Galactic Heroes tells of a war between two sci-fi nations. However, unlike Gundam that occasionally gets lost in this respect, Galactic Heroes takes really good care in developing the characters and the actual reasons the nations are fighting. 4. The Heroic Legend of Arslan. While a fictional series, you will note that Arslan takes a lot of inspiration from the Crusades and Middle Eastern history. You get a good idea of how the cultures clash in this series that follows a young prince who lost his kingdom trying to get it back. Despite the potential for an overly upbeat story, this series doesn't hide the realities that war and invasion has on a country. 3. The Feats series. Aside from several of the spin-offs that focus on other things, many of the main entries of the Fate Stay series focus on the Holy Grail War. This isn't war as we know it, but more like a battle royale style fight where one person wins. Still, as they have summons that are historically or mythically inspired, it adds a unique element of interest. 2. Lord Marksman and Vanities. This series is often overlooked, but its entire plot involves war. Of course, you can also look down on it because every battle they win means another girl is added to the harem. However, the truly unique and likable part of this series is that it goes pretty in-depth into the tactical aspects of battles. 1. Hetalia, Axis Powers. It goes without saying that World War II was a dark, dark, very dark episode of world history. And compared to other entries on the list, Hetalia, Axis Powers defies the intensity of the subject by creating a parody of the events that occurred during the time. To do so, the series anthropomorphizes countries as comedic characters and scratches the surface of history through often fictional representation. The main cast represents major world powers like Italy, Germany, Japan, America, England, and France. The storyline follows their daily lives and interactions, often devolving into chaotic arguments and hilarious mocks of culture. However, underneath the humorous approach, the anime also provides insightful perspectives on the relationships among countries and how their alliances and rivalries have shaped history. The over-the-top characterization and the overall idea results in a one-of-a-kind satire. Do you have any more epic anime wars that anime fans need to know about? Let fans know in the comments section below.